this one, but I think they're going to have to dig their heels very deep. Gaimin Gladiators have so much to prove in this series. This is but a proof of concept for Stage 1, hopefully a prelude to Stage 2. But right now, it's time to get underway with our lower bracket grand final. Enterprise wait, the winner of this series. We kickstart on Bank as we head to Dev and Pengu.
Thank you very much, Rob. Yeah, that's right. It's Bank to kick things off here in our lower bracket final. It's time to determine which of these two teams are going to be challenging Enterprise for the championship of Oceania here in the APL. Pengu, we've already seen a couple of grand finals across the world of Blast Star 6. We had an absolutely titillating finish to the NAL with SSG through their lower bracket run. We saw the return of G2 dominance over in Europe. Here in APL, it's time to figure out what's happening down under in Australia. Ludavica, they've already taken down the Chiefs, the reigning champions of OCE, and now they have their sights set on GG.
I really feel like this is a matter of Ludavica already having beaten expectations, and I think if I was them, then my mission today was to play without any sort of fear and without any sort of pressure. You've already made it this far, you've beaten great teams, and yes, you're so close to the final, right? But to be honest, this is GG's game that they should be winning. They shouldn't maybe even be in lower bracket, but they are. So I want to see them play their hearts out, full commit, not fall by the pressure, not give in to any of those, oh my god, there are now expectations on us. No, do the crazy stuff like you've been doing so far and keep up that performance. Ludavica on the attack will ban the Clash and the Asami, of course, denying that protection from GG, and they'll respond with Ace and a very rare, very uncommon Sense target ban. Okay.
Yeah, wow.
A bit of counterplay in the first one, I like that.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it goes to show that G2 have really done their research. There must be some specific strats. Maybe it's just the fact that they know Ludavica likes Sens. I personally, I couldn't point to like one specific round where I'm like, oh yeah, that was next level Sens play. And to be honest, I feel like Bank isn't one of the ones that springs to mind for me. I always think of Lair when I'm thinking of Sens at the moment. How many times have we seen those teams bring Sens on Lair, especially for those ground floor executes? Here on Bank, they have their uses as well, but of course, omitted this time. However, we are met with another cheeky little unusual operator pick, and it's Lunchbox. He's bringing out the Rayora for the opening round for Ludavica.
Rora, Kali. This is the thing. Ludavica, they might not play, conventional siege down to the T, but they get the value. That's the thing. I mean, think about it. Kali right now is a great pick. If there's a mirror being hidden in the prep phase, you can of course shatter those mirror windows. We see that there is a Maestro, but having a Brahmins at the bomb site can be tricky. Those Kali Lancers can just destroy any soft destruction. Of course, with these long as a sudden, they repel on ATMs outside the building. You can now see a lot easier with the zoom scope. Then Flores with even more soft destruction. So Luda just brought a ton of utility saying, hey, there's gadgets, we'll clear them. There's a player in a corner, we'll grenade them, capital fire them. So wherever GG they find themselves, you gotta hope for their sake that they have the ability to rotate and move around the building. Opening pick though, Brendo gets shut down on Castle, and here comes those Raw gates, James.
Here comes a nade as well, as the Maestro is forced on back, and a good peek here with the Blackbeard.
Beautiful.
Beautiful teamwork there, as Box, Karma, and the Blackbeard of Cairo work on together. Leighton is trapped on the site as he tries to find refuge behind that bomb. Exposed to so many different angles, he looks for a rotate, and physics will punish. All up to the #1 player from GG, the Spaniard of Croxon, as he finds his first kill. Looks for a hell of a lot more. What a turn! Cairo deleted 1v3. And it's scary how he makes these awkward situations look doable. Karma, however, will put an end to his heroics. And a great opening round from Ludavica. Utter domination on the attack of the top floor.
Very much dominate. I mean, they were so clean. From the very first second of the round, they got the right operators, to clear the right utility. They walked on that staircase without even drone checking it. They knew Maestro was stuck inside the elevator. They will just close off the double door, walk up, grenade the elevator, hold the angle, push in. And it wasn't just two people on the lobby stairs pushing up. We saw, I'm not sure if it was the floor or somebody else, dropping down the main skylight, going for a triple peek. He's right here. Yeah, Flores drops down. Triple peek on the Maestro. That guy's dead. Then you got window bombsite repel, cutting off the map in half as well upstairs, meaning that if anybody from GG were to push from like janitors in towards meeting and try and help their teammates, they will die. So they get picks on the entry, they get them on the rotation cutoff as well, and GG have nowhere to play in the server. And that's the problem when you're playing a map like Bank. There are so many ways to shut down these player positions from outside the building. It's why we often see teams, you know, try and ban Hibana and the Ace, so that when you play that top 4 bomb site, you don't have any ranged heart destruction. But then Ludavica, they don't even play that kind of playstyle in that round, and they still make it look easy. GG, it's problem solving time, trying to figure out like what the playstyle is going to be here from Ludavica, and just make the right adjustments.
That's beautiful when we get to see cheeky strats brought out with new operators. Rayora, we see her appear every now and then. It's not common.
Yeah.
And that was a particular execute with Rayora I've personally never seen before. And it's also kind of a one and done. Ludavica are not hinging their attacks off that. Unfortunately for GG, they tend to hinge a lot of their defenses off Croxon popping off. He's the only one to find a kill so far. He's picked off extremely early from outside the building, no less. Desperation for Wettables. There's a big C4 tossing out to ATMs. He's spotted. He's forced back. And GG are already on the ropes.
I mean, look at the pressure that's being applied right now. Wettables fighting back, I respect it, but getting triple drone, double push, the flank. No crossfire from GG. Guyu's in open area, but doesn't watch the rotate, doesn't have his teammates back. Creeds and server stairs down on 1 HP as well. And GG are individually just falling apart. Brendo does get a kill, takes a decent amount of damage though, and Layden dies.
I mean, he went to get aggressive up the main stairs. It's been red here, has the aggression from GG. Creeds, low HP, is playing the FO12 shotgun. This auto shotty is absolutely pitiful at range. It's really only good in very specific short to short, medium range engagements where you get the most out of that automatic shotgun. And he doesn't have a lot of flexibility here. Now Physics is keen to try and open up this hatch, and it will actually get opened up very quickly. The fire will prevent it from being used for now, but doesn't really matter. Creed's low HP, even more low now, thanks to that Twitch drone. He's going to be trapped here as the hatch is open. I just do not see a way that GG get back into this round.
I don't think they check for the LM mine, but safe to assume there is one, right? Yeah, I mean, that he's last alive. Creeds, you gotta absolutely pop off, my friend, with 1 HP because you are surrounded. The bomb site is yours. Flashbang, a peek from Karma, and they confirm the round. Ludavica, for 2 rounds now, in absolute full control.
This is not a close game so far, Pengu. Ludavica, they picked Bank. GG decided to start on the defense. It was their call, and Ludavica said, yeah, we can attack on Bank. Just sit back and watch. GG have barely gotten themselves into the game so far. What, they have 3 kills in 2 rounds. 2 of those were just exit frags in a 1v5. That doesn't even count. GG is getting absolutely destroyed right now by Ludavica.
Who's Megatron, by the way?
Is that
Did you see the
isn't that from
chat?
the Transformers? Isn't Megatron like the bad guy?
I thought maybe there was some sort of OCE reference that I wasn't like, you know, I don't got the scoop on. But yeah, Megatron is a Transformer villain.
Megatron, fictional character.
Megatron's the antagonist, no?
Yeah, he's a bad guy, right?
He's a bad guy, yeah. Interesting.
Guess, what do they call the evil robots in Transformers? They have a different...
You got Autobots and Decepticons.
Decepticons, no? That's right. Yeah. What do they say? Do they say...
I actually love that.
Autobots assemble, or is that Avengers? I don't know pop culture.
I feel like we're mixing the universes right now, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Same
that
energy.
Could be a phrase. Yeah, it is the same energy. Autobots assemble, and they can literally, you know, change. So it certainly makes a ton of sense.
So what do you reckon here? GG's getting deleted. They just get more aggressive on the back of that. Creed's looking for a spawn peek on Solus. Like, what do you do when you're getting absolutely shat on? Do you just try and peek more? Come on, guys.
Yeah, that's the problem. Right now, they can't find the right solution, right? And there isn't one solution for this problem. It's a matter of what works against Ludavica. They need to find a round victory here in the 3rd round, or at the very latest in the 4th. Otherwise, I fear they will just get completely run over on the opening map of Bank. Because pace is so important here. We see Blitz, smoke grenades coming out, glass to follow, no Warden to speak of, just a Solace. And if Fox walks in and has the right idea, should be good for at least one freebie.
Oh, it's so smart. He just pushes on through the smoke. Even if all he finds is one kill, that could be enough. Box now forcing this plant down. A player around the corner might be able to deny it, but Karma does trade it on back, and he might even be able to pick up Box now, as the Ying in sight will fall. Physics deleted. Wettables and Croxon are trying to hold down the fight, but Karma's gone big today, and he finds the final kill as well. Ludavica are dismantling GG. This is barely a fight. GG are simply being run over on bank.
I think this is just good prep work. I mean, Ludavica, they're going to every single bomb site here to start things off with a pocket strat. Okay, on the basement attack, was that a pocket strat? Not necessarily, but we also didn't get to see the execute, right? When they reached the site, it was a 4v1 for Ludavica. But on the opening round, we see flex operators, pocket strats, the Aurora, the Blackbeard, the Glass, or the Capita rather, to clear utility. Here, on open area, it's a bomb site rush. And GG, they're struggling because what operator do they play? They play the Warden, but then the smokes weren't effective, so they go off the Warden. Now the smokes are effective for the attackers because they play the Glass, they play the Blitz. You wish you had a Warden. GG, they've banned the Blackbeard, and sure, he was played, right? But Blackbeard is not the problem, and Glass isolated isn't the problem, nor is the Blitz. It's all of it.
Yeah. It's a depth of strategy from Ludavica, right? Like, first round, it all hinges off the back of a Rayora. Second round, a Blackbeard. Third round, the Glass. Like, they have so many different layers, there's so many different ingredients, they're happy to bring whatever. They're re-picking onto the Rayora right now. We even saw a fuse. Ludavica are taking the Rainbow Six operator pool as a challenge. It's like they're doing their daily challenges, and they've got to get through all the different operator groups to make sure they get their renown out of this match. It's been utter domination. That's back-to-back 3Ks for Karma as well, by the way. The dude is currently 8-0.
It was a puzzling situation for GG to be lower bracket if you just were to go off. What do we expect from this stage without knowing any of the teams all that well? Enterprise, of course, coming out into a great form, putting up a great performance, putting GG down here. But now, the concern for GG continues. Ludavica, not a bad team by all means, not at all. But an impressive performance. Like, this has been Ludavica being the better team, not GG being the worst, but Milo with the first mistake, perhaps, of this roster. Swings the default angle with the Kali and gets shot down by Brent on the castle from all the way inside the building. Ludavica finally starting the round from 4v5, giving GG a good shot at this one.
Yeah, it's the first opening kill net for GG. Like you said, it was well read by Brendo. He knew that Kali was looking to take down the castle barricades. Now that's a lot of util cleared as well. There's not a lot of other ingredients here for Ludavica to clear those castle barricades. It's really just Karma on the Flores. And there's plenty of util for him to try and clear between the Banshees, the Dread Mines, and those castle barricades. And Karma's actually going to get straight in the building. Like I said before, he's fragging out. 8-0, walks straight into the Dread Mine and looks to fall on back. He will shoot it and survive, which is a good progress for him. And he still finds a kill out of it. 9-0 now for Karma, but push deep.
Bonk.
It's Brendo and Leighton to finally seemingly secure the first round here for GG. Cairo on low HP on the Blitz, up against the World. GG finally finding their footing here on Bank.
Just a matter of time, and there it goes. Crocs with the final swing. Much better, certainly. But for GG, it just comes down to individual gunfights. But they did have the right tools to the problem, right? The Blitz and the Glass, those are two of the big win conditions on that attack. And they had the Warden playing in Janitors. And Ludavica didn't have any way to deal with that particular position. And because they lost the opening kill, couldn't clear the castle barricades, the round just got more difficult off the start. So now we might actually have a game on our hands, because GG slowly finding their stride, figuring out, okay, do we gotta lash out really quickly? Do we gotta play for open and kill? Do we gotta play those crossfires? I liked more of the teamwork that we saw, having people play top main stairs, playing Janitors and playing meeting, taking care of business, not allowing Cairo inside the building really on the Blitz, keeping him at bay, unable to use the gadget of a flashbang. Here we see the swings coming out. That's top floor though. They gotta find success and at least on bomb side. At the worst, you go for a 2-4 half. It's not all too bad. It's not a tagger fair map of bank. It's fine. They gotta find that second round first. And Ludavica, they're looking for their attacker repicks. They showed us the Monty going on to Maverick because they see the two brow. They're fearing a potential Kaid pick here. Hatches both soft in open area. Brento and Goyo just showed up. Not gonna go for the reinforcement though, just not yet at least. There we go. Okay, get that so A-hatch.
He is gonna get, and he's probably gonna put one of his Vulcan canisters on top of it as well, which we saw previously. No Rooney on the hatch this time though for Leighton. He still has one in pocket. Oh, it's actually not the Vector, but the TCSG. So Brendo can make rotations and kill holes mid-round. But he's somewhat strapped though for firepower. That Vector with the ACOG is definitely more powerful than the TCSG. I guess it comes down to personal preference. I would want the Vector any day of the week.
Agreed. Big agree. Although, yeah, self-destruction can be kind of nice, and there isn't a lot of self-destruction from the side of GG at all, right? They just have Uni punches and
true.
DMR. Actually, Warden has
Creeds.
a shotgun, but
yeah, it's Creeds.
But he's playing blue stairs. He's stuck in that spot, right? So limited self-destruction mid-round at least. Because he can't really play an open area, unfortunately. So Brento now with the TCG can like open up these lines of sight and hold the heaven stairs.
Oh.
Takes down Milo, injured, not confirmed though, as of yet. I don't think he knows he's injured actually.
Yeah, and this is going to be an awkward spot to try and recover here for Cairo. Ideally, he needs a teammate to try and support. How much of a risk does he take? Oh, here we go, Box. This might be the way into it. Brendo's read it well, spots out the player. A spray through the wall. It's a lot of damage onto Box. It's not quite good enough here from Ludavica. They are kept at bay. This roam clear not so successful. It's come down to Brendo firing up in the last 2 rounds. A 3K prior, hungry for more. Round in the corner is Croxon. And the slew of kills go in the favor of Ludavica. Croxon, though, fades away back to site with 2, leaving the numbers even again.
A little bit awkward. Ludavica not attacking top floor, not getting those hatches. They have soft destruction, hard destruction. You have a few shield, but the few shields so far mostly ineffective. They get this 3v3 with 60 seconds and the 2 bro canisters is on the hatch, slowing down the round even more. The big question is, if Ludavica can clear creeps on the server stairs as the Warden for free, that's the route, their way back into this round. If they struggle, however, then it's gonna be round over.
Oh, here comes the knockdown. So well played from Physics.
That's free.
Yeah, it is free indeed. A lot of damage from that Nitro into Physics, but 3v2 should favor Luda on the attacking side. Croxon still has his Nitro cell, and there are a couple more Vulcan canisters to burn here. How do Ludavica play it? Especially with these Aruni gates on these hatches. It's a turtle plan for Physics. Cover coming through from Milo. Both players low, but they do bait out that Nitro cell. With Cairo going down, it really comes down to Molosky here. He has to have a big hold, but Leighton and Croxon pick together and secure a second round for GG.
A little bit intense, but they get the job done. It's good. Again, I feel like this is more Ludavica now falling a little bit short on the entry and the map clear than GG playing it well. But that's all GG need right now, right? Ludavica make one mistake, have one gap we can exploit. Most notably in that round, we didn't really see a lot of pressure being applied on the open area window or the stock hatch up above. So the 2 roamers in open area, they're just sitting in their corners, nice and safe. And yes, GG opted to go for a swing here at main stairs, but that's because they're getting applied so much pressure from Ludavica getting those first 2 early kills. So GG, they've changed their approach. Instead of playing aggressive early and then losing those gunfights against Ludavica, they're gonna play passive until they have to actually play aggressive and go for a last shot and then counter. It also helps that 2 separate players on Ludavica were put down to 20 HP, Box on the Nook and Milo on the Buck. So when the gunfighting did actually happen, 1 bullet and they're injured or dead.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a shame at the end there for Ludavica that Cairo fell, because if he was playing Garage, he could really cut out a lot of that aggression that ended up coming through the red hole. But unfortunately, losing a 1 can actually turn a whole round. That's been the story of this game, a lot of it. I mean, GG, especially in the first couple of rounds, were forcing too many 1v1s, and I think not respecting Ludavica enough. And then when everything changed, it was Brendo just having a smart early pick, and then they converted the round by playing off of that advantage. That time around, Ludavica, again, could not quite weather the storm of that roam without taking too much damage. Final round now of the GG defense. After 2 in a row, if they could make it 3, that's quite a statement after being really having their asses handed to them on the first 2 rounds. It would be a big improvement to end the half even. Oh.
Let's see if, oh my god, on the rappel once more. I was gonna say, let's see if Munty could get some value here and get the intel that they need, but no, the drone gets it instead. The DMRs, of course, so great on those long lines of sight, which we keep talking about. And Alon falls, Crocs, and now there's Legion Elec done. That means Munty can thrive even more in this round.
11 kill Karma, by the way. Oh, but Creeds finds a double.
Oh, Creeds.
How on earth did that happen? Oh, he jumped outside.
Jump out.
How often do you find
way.
kills jumping out, especially with that SMG-11? However, he's still rotating back inside. They know he's bottom square. Him and Leighton, the last 2 remaining. Problem is here for Ludavica is that Milo's very low and Kyro's already lost half his HP. The key player here is Physics on that Deimos. He can track out some of these players, but I think the Mute Jammer has just saved that GG defender from being too exposed. Wow.
Re-aggress?
Jumped through those claymores? How did he get out?
Good question. How do you get both kills at SMG-11 as well? Because you have to hit the ground first, right? And then in one magazine... Oh.
Only claymored one of those 2 windows.
they double claymored one of those 2 windows. Oh, it hit him! Oh, huge!
HP.
This Creed's round, this one. 3 kills so far. Looking good. There's a track you spoke of, though. Now they know. Last Toxic Babe going out.
Oh, they need to find this kill here. Kyro's low HP! Just a sliver of HP left. The shotgun has to land. Creeds comes back in for a 4K. Creeds is hard carrying this round. Low HP, but it doesn't matter. Leighton comes through. And the 2 SAS operators, 2-team the final defender on that site. The final attacker, I should say, who became that defender in the dying moments. GG make it 3 in a row to even up the first half.
I mean, that was not a GG round. That was Creeds' round. Even in that in the 4th kill in the round, when he's off the bomb site, he saves his teammate of Leighton and kills the Munty as they're breakdancing by the copy window. I mean, and to think that he jumped out when there were 2 claymores placed under the same window right next to him. Hits the ground, SMG-11, 1 magazine, both kills, run back in, C-Force Milo, runs back for the backstab, kills the Munty. I mean, it's ridiculous. I like that Ludavica were trying to speed up in that round in the 3v2 because they know one person has just, run from outside the building and then back in. But then this C4 onto a 1 HP Milo changes the outcome of the round so massively. Physics being quite far behind the Munty, not able to go for a follow-up when the Munty gets meleeed by copy window, also becomes a problem, because it buys Creeds enough time to go for that backstab flank and turn the tide once more. Even serious Ludavica now defense, they gotta have a similar start as to that of their attacks, because it can be oh so difficult to defend on bank. I like they go for the Hibana and the A-span, making GG work for the fundamentals of hard breaching, and this will make the top floor CEO bomb site much stronger when they choose to go there. But for this one, it's first basement.
Yeah, I mean, quite a reversal we've seen though, Pengu. I mean, 3 rounds in a row, Ludavica didn't just win those rounds; they deleted GG. It was extremely dominant. Wow, from Box, is that pre-impacting of drone placement, I'm guessing?
I'm gonna assume so.
He must
only 3 drones, 4 drones shot.
He must guess that
Could
GG,
be.
Or maybe he's VODed them. He knows that they like to set their cameras there. Curious.
Oh,
Early spot.
I see toes.
He doesn't want to contest that.
Now, challenging that is a dangerous game, right? You're Dokkaebi, but you have a DMR. It's like, I want to do it, but I shouldn't do it, but I kind of want to do it. I think Roxon recognizes that. I got to help my team roam clear first, because if you get a kill on the roam, that's a free hack on the phones, right? And you get all the utility, the information. You're just too valuable playing Dokkaebi right now. You can't die really in the round.
Oh, Cairo on the repeat! Through the barricade finds Brendo. Meanwhile, Croxon actually did decide to go and pick that fight in Garage. Milo takes 2 bullets of damage but survives because he's a 1-speed 3 armor operator. Wow, lucky duck. Low HP. 3v4 now for GG. as Wet has now tracked Cairo on the stairs. But I mean, like, this is so dangerous to try and take this fight. Hatch is solidified. Cairo tempted to actually retreat and abandon the position after he has detonated one of those Vulcan canisters. Wet doesn't actually have hard breach. It's actually Leighton to come do that. Here comes a nade. Cairo falls back. Doesn't take damage from it. He's actually going to escape back onto site, leaving just Box extending in server.
I like this, how they're falling back on the stairs and playing by the server rack instead, because that means they're falling back, and if they don't know Asami is here, Box should be good for a freebie. The player inside a third tunnel likely hurt the position, so it's a waiting game now. If Asami oversteps, might just die. If he doesn't, they gotta clear him, and there's no nades.
Now that they know where Box is, they can take him down. My question was, can the Aruni of Milo support all the way from in garage? Because he has that long angle, but there weren't any holes in the wall to enable him to get a good angle to support that Asami. That's a good punish there from GG. Getting one step closer to being able to execute, and they still have time to work with here.
The issue is no real self-destruction. The Grim shotgun is upstairs, so now Deimo's second there maybe instead. But you see, there's no rotate. It's a soft wall. They can't breach it.
Oh my god.
No, is there any hard destruction left? So they gotta just plant right here on the default wall. Doesn't really work.
Oh,
it's a struggle.
That said, Karma going down. That's the Warden. And a smoke will follow. The gas, though, from the defense is going to make it very hard for Kreese to find a safe haven. And a stray bullet will punish him. It's desperation now for Wettables as he looks to try and reattempt that plan. It has to be Leighton to cover, but Cairo can go straight over the top and punish both of them. Up on the hatch, Cairo finds the final kill. Ludavica finally breaking the streak that GG had assumed for themselves on their defense with a defense of their own.
A good use of the babes there, denying the door walk in, then of course enabling the pushing from the teammate. You might be thinking, how can you just push the bombs that rotate in towards the side? How's that allowed? Well, the Grim on the hatch has a lot of angles to watch, right? The red holes on the bomb set walls, the A door, and the rotate as well. As long as Ludavica push in two defenders from both the door and the rotate, they're guaranteed to get down the planter. There's 0 seconds left. I mean, the round will be over. Just playing it well. And speaking of flex operators and trying to do that siege challenge and, you know, play them all, Caveira, James.
No way.
Caveira. This has been a long time since I have seen a Caveira in Tier 1 siege play, especially in a game that actually matters quite a lot for both of these two rosters. And they're hiding in top floor elevators, escaping all the drones, and if they're expecting GG to send a lone player in somewhere like garage or server or anywhere downstairs, that can be a free interrogation. And at this level of play, an interrogation is almost a guaranteed round victory or a full reset, as every single attacker is forced to go up on, you know, on the rooftops, on the window rappels, and just, you know, get as far away as humanly possible.
Yeah, I mean, even if no one actually dies after the interrogation, the attacks basically have to give up all of the map control that they have gained. And especially if there's quite a few defenders alive, they're not going to get that map control back easily, are they? And the scary thing here is when we see the Cav pick on the defense, you look at the attacking lineup and you're like, okay, well, what do they got? Nook. An operator that's probably going to be entering solo with no drones and no support, and mincemeat for that Caveira.
There's the solo entry. Brando will up the heaven stairs as the Lion. If Caveira was in that spot in the beginning of the round, could have been that free one. Nuke shotgun, like you said, also alone downstairs. Caveira's still top floor, by the way, in elevator hall. It hasn't really... There we go. Oh.
Can he hunt for this? That's the question, because if some support comes from the players up in janitors, if Creed is distracted fighting those players through the vert, just maybe Box can make his moment. He's down in the basement, though, on the main stairs. Keep that in the back of our mind. Meanwhile, Leighton is actually going deep in for a plant. On the back of that sends, Karma finds Crocs and Creed has found his kill. It's going to be the interrogation while the plant's going down. GG are going to be exposed. How do Ludavica capitalize on this moment now? While they know where exactly all of these attackers are, as they get aggressive, they have to look for a try and flank these players, but it actually falls against them. Baited in by GG, baited in by the interrogation. And despite the Cav finding success on that roam, it doesn't matter because GG had the plan down and they get the last laugh. Lamau in chat from Creeds. as GG once again tie the score.
Such a shame, right? Both teams doing like a handshake deal. I will get interrogated, but I will also get down that diffuser because we got the blitz in there. You have no plant deny, and your Caveira downstairs. You can't do a damn thing about it. That's like the one exception when interrogation isn't gonna just define the outcome of the round. That's in a post plant. You want to be out to the building that point anyway if you're GG. You missed. Oh, I'm not sure what the first talking point was there. Did you see it, James?
I did not see that. Maybe, I don't know if I'll... There we go. You missed the...
Oh, you missed the tops on the sense wall.
Oh, right.
If you tuber out the sense wall, it works like a jammer, and the projectile wall will go down. Then you can see the planter. The same with Deimos, right? We see that sometimes, like if you get Deimos tracked and you don't have a mute jammer, you can like freeze the ground below you, and you won't get tracked by Deimos.
True. I've never actually thought
small
that
couple counters
being used on the Sens, but yeah, it's a smart move. It was a cheeky little attack though from GG. I quite like it. Just open up an avenue onto site, have Brendo at the top of square stairs very early, cutting off any kind of re-aggression, looking for picks and deep angles. As soon as you find a kill in Janitor, you can just go for that plan. It worked well. It was close though. I mean, especially when Ludavica got that interrogation. Like you said, very rarely at this level of play does a team find interrogation and not win the round.
Is this GG finding their long-term solution though? I like the blitz and the stability it gives you, the fast pushes, the protection from the shield, the entry capabilities. If you can shut down Karma, who's been so lethal in gunfights on both the attack and the defense, that's gonna give you a much bigger chance in these rounds. Because individually, Karma has just been so hard to deal with. And that's where the Lion comes into play, right? The Lion, the Blitz, the Nuke, those kinds of operators where you can try and take him down. He's on the main stairs, worried about the skylight. By stuck, here's the Blitz approaching, and this again, Leighton has the free 1v1 against the Mozzie especially. 16 bullets in the magazine, not that many to get body shots. He's gonna respect it and fall on back. Ludavica peeling back the layers, so surrendering map control to GG, which is good because they stay alive, but dangerous because if they get 2 bombs that execute, they're gonna have enough manpower and utility to go for an ideal plant.
And this is the last round before the final bans come on through as well. Blind Nitro Cell, blown and missed for Milo. As we see, a forfeit of Tellers and Archives now that GG are in position with the Ram. So they fall back, and they make sure that they don't overstay their welcome. They don't want to cost any lives on that extension. But like you said, as we move into the later parts of this round in a 5v5, GG have the operators to go for that execute. They've still got Grim with all of the Bs left, all of the Kawan, Hive Launcher, and of course that Blitz. That said, Cairo actually finds his pick. Looks like Brendo is over-peeking. Oh, no way. That's a cheeky angle above the reinforcement onto the square stairs. That is a gnarly shot and a big advantage for Luda. This fight for Box, though, is so imperative. GG need this kill.
I can't find much. They're playing...
Oh, hello.
Oh, there's a Blitz inside and he's just dead.
What are you doing?
There's no follow-up, really.
What are you doing, GG? It's utter desperation. There was nothing to be done there except jump in, and it's not a good look for GG after so many very nice executes. They just throw everything they've got at the wall. It's not very well thought out, is it? Just send it on in. Thankfully for Ludavica, they were watching their crossfires. Otherwise, they would have looked a little bit silly. Kara was calling out Brendo in the chat from that very gnarly angle. And GG, again, on that back foot. Ludavica just one step ahead of him.
GG not really covering all the spots. I mean, if you're gonna have that 5v5, you're gonna have to apply pressure in different areas, right? Get the square wall opened up, the Teller's wall towards the small box bomb side, the copy window. Just make the defenders able to play on most of the spots on the bomb side. Lock them into those corner positions, then use the Blitz to walk on in, smoke off the crossfire, and then you have an execute beginning. Didn't get there. They died before it even started to various angles. A tactical timeout being called out by Gaimin Gladiators makes sense to me, because now it's looking like, okay, we're either going round for round, which at this pace we'll probably lose, And before that, you know, things were kind of falling apart. Ludavica won the first 2 rounds. Then we figured them out on the last half of that. And now we can't really figure it out. We got listening.
It's quite a contrast, the first half to the second half, isn't it? First half was 3 rounds straight for Luda and then 3 rounds straight for GG. This second half has been back and forth constantly. GG, it's their time now.
Hey, last guy elbow. He's hiding elbow. Fucking whip.
Nice trade.
Nice, guys. Nice. Fucking awesome.
Fucking job,
That
guys.
was textbook
That was
of letting that
perfect,
round
Milo.
progress.
That was fucking perfect.
A shot box.
Damn.
They're so chill about it.
I feel like
is this the no pressure Ludavica?
Apparently. This game still feels so tense to me watching it, especially the second half, which has been back and forth. We have rounds as close as what happened with the Cav, and yet they're so chill.
The player comes. Nice, nice. That's it, guys. Perfect round. Like, it's not even like insanely, you know, overjoyed. Like, oh my god, we won the round. It's very like,
Oh, nice.
It's just not a day.
Good job.
And they want more.
Nice shot, Box.
Yeah. I like it though, because when you have chill comms, the entire vision just gets so much clearer. When you get into these high stakes matches, you start being like, behind you, and it creates all this tenseness. And when you have, so you gotta use your tonality when you're a pro player, right?
Yeah.
If everything sounds urgent, then nothing is urgent. That's kind of the problem, because it's always like all the way up there. If you're just, oh, nice guys, good shot box, flanking main stairs, all of a sudden everyone's like, okay, that's important, he's flanking main. So having the ability to keep it calm throughout the intense moments, to then still be able to say, this is important, this is just usual information, massive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people underrate that skill when it comes to comms.
It's hard.
Yeah, and like you said, that word vision, right? Like every player in the server, when you play Siege, you have this vision, quote unquote, of what's going on in the round. It's not literal vision.
Yeah.
It's in your mind's eye. You can see, okay, well, I know from a call out that there's one player on this side of the map, one player over here. You need that. Oh, wow, the timing there from Physics. Almost dies to Croxon. But that vision is something that you need to build with good communication and with good game sense.
Yeah.
And it looks like Ludavica are in a pretty good stead in terms of their game vision of this round. They've fallen back 5v5 on site. They've even forfeited server here as the hatches start to be opened. They can delay this bomb site hatch for just a little bit longer thanks to Karma.
Interesting. I'm not sure about getting up server with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. It just feels a little bit, early to me. I mean, look at this. Creature's gonna rush down server stairs. They can breach. I guess you want the 5v5 and enough manpower on the side to watch all the flanks, because garage is a problem. Main stairs is a problem. Not. I mean, they can later. No, they got hard and soft destruction.
No,
it's just a matter of getting the right person in there.
There's a mirror window on default plan, and if someone tries to put a hard breach charge on here, surely they'll die to Karma on the long angle from garage.
C4.
Or a nitro cell. I don't think it's going to be possible to actually open up the default plan. The Rayora is cheeky though.
That's the AC Bandaban coming to play right there. So they can roar off the door, Grim for information, limit the crossfires, and go for execute.
This. He goes in deep as well. Wow, what an off-position plan spot. Creeds will cover with the DMR. Physics does deny that plan. Leighton goes down, and Creeds will look for a reposition. He's going to be spotted by Physics. The one and the perfect operator in the perfect place for Luda. GG. Still no closer to getting that diffuser down, and they're fighting from a man behind. And they cannot find any footing on the execute. Wedables is still up above, and he's now worrying about a flank. He has to desperately drop onto side, but it's a clean mop-up of the bomb site for Ludavica. And they are now just 1 round away from taking the map.
It's so clean Siege from Luda right now. You said the mind's eye. When you're playing at this level of play, you're having people say, there's a guy here, there's a guy there, they're gonna roar off this door. And what a lot of pro players they have, you watch the game almost from like a top-down perspective, and you map out all those things that you get in the information game. Ludavica are showing a really good display there of having that mind's eye. Who's gonna watch what angles? Where is the dangerous location? Where is the safe location? Who's gonna have to throw the C4? Who's gonna have their gun up? We saw the first play, I think it was Box in the mirror last round, ripping the C4 and gets shot as he rips it. He can't deny the plant. So then Physics rips the second C4 instead because he's in a safe location. That denies the planter. When that happens for GG, it's chaos in the server because the one thing that needs to go well for them is that the plant goes down. So when the C4 comes through, it's like, okay, now we gotta sprint and pick it up, go somewhere else, go for a secondary plant attempt. Wardens in red. So it's just Ludavica having the right people in the right place and doing it in the right order. And that's important because if the wrong guy rips the first C4, you might just die or you might just whiff because you can't hit the right location. 4-6 now. Favoring Ludavica, GG. Again, unable to figure out what the right adjustments are going to be. It seems like they aggress at the wrong times versus when Ludavica's ready for it. They aggress, Luda's holding their angles. If they don't re-aggress, you know, Luda's just playing passive. Luda has a really good read, very proactive in these rounds.
And by the way, Pengu, that's the first time since round 5, keep in mind we just finished round 10, that either team has found 2 rounds in a row. It's been back and forth. And now it's an execute onto the top floor here for GG. Blackbeard in tow, the Sens once again making its appearance. The Capitao and Sens together make for quite an execute duo. Ludavica, what have they got? They've brought that mirror again. They've brought that Tubarao, which was mentioned before as critical for denying those Sens ROU projector walls. It was in the wrong position last time, it missed. He needs to make sure he lands it this time. Does Cairo?
That and Milo on the Warden. See through smokes. The C4, of course, in Box's mirror. That's the 3 key operators here for the defense. And the one thing that can really change things is a Caps of Fire. Nice. If it hits the right mark, it gets an opening kill. Yep, should be very good.
Out goes the Sens.
I think he might have missed a little bit.
Yeah, it's not in perfect position. Box is still allowed to play here, but Leighton is going to force his plant down. Is there denial? A big Nitro cell coming on over! It's an absolute nuke from Box. Protected by the mirror. And that Capitao Fire did not displace him. The timing was just perfect for Ludavica. All GG needed was the plant down. Even if they lost the engagements, it didn't matter. But now GG need every engagement they can get, and a big kill from Croxon will certainly help out. How do they get back into position to plant, though? Brendo's 2 smoke grenades. He tries to enable it. No C4s left available here for Ludavica. As the plant is re-attempted from Creeds, Brendo trying to cover. And it looks like from Ludavica, they will not be able to deny that plant. It does go down, but a retake may be opportunistic here for Ludavica. Look at how low so many players in the server are right now. Croxon is out on the windows. And he's actually gone all the way to stock. He's the last player left remaining. And he needs to come in to save the day. The Spaniard and the Diffuser, but Milo shuts him on down. It's map 1 in the books for Ludavica. After a big retake, a 7-4 is what they will find. GG are on the ropes.
Luda coming in looking so well prepared strategically in the positions, in the decision making. Again, 1 C4 shuts down the perfect plant operator, and then after that, it's the crossfire, shooting the smokes, establishing again who's holding what angles. GG. Looking not bad in the first map, but Ludavica definitely just looking better.
Oh, wow. What a map there from Ludavica, and a statement has been made. GG might have made it this far, but are they going to be second best in the region? Not unless they fight back, but thankfully, we've got a bunch of genius analysts on the desk to break that one down for you. Rob, it's 1-0 for Ludavica.
Yeah, insane performance from Ludavica. First half, they ran away 3 rounds. You're seeing it right now in the replays. Perfect time to kind of bring this up. Then they faltered a little bit after that first ban phase at the 3rd round mark. Vinny, we got a little bit worried because we started saying, is this Ludavica falling?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned actually before we went on that this is sort of uncharted territories for a few of them coming into these best of three. So maybe they were just starting to falter a little bit. But I think they stuck to their game plan. They were very aggressive on their attacks very early.
Yep.
We mentioned obviously their entry stat being so high.
Insane.
And yeah, they continued to build on that. Karma was unkillable in that first half. I mean, he really set his team up really well for those attacking rounds, and they just sort of carried that momentum through to their defenses.
Yeah, Karma definitely wound back the clock a lot in this series, guys. I mean, a 146 EPS, 13 kills across the entire map. But he was a player about a year ago that had an unbelievable stage, like one of the best stages we had ever seen from a player of that stature. And then we just didn't see him again. But he's back and doing these kind of things.
Yeah, he was insane. There were 7 multi-kills across this entire map, so there are a lot of highlight plays. He got the first 2, +3 entry across the entirety of the series of the map thus far and the series so far.
Yep.
And one number or one statistic that's really standing out to me in this series, and it goes back to sort of what Vinny was discussing in terms of pacing and the aggression that we saw from Ludavica. The timing of the opening kills in that first half, I'm looking, there's a lot at like the 2-minute mark, 2:30, 2:20, 2:16, etc.
Yep.
That slowed down massively in the second half. I mean, round 7 it was 2:07. And then it was like 144, 52, 28, so a lot later in the round.
Yep.
Luda did a really, really good job defensively in stalling out, and even in the cases where we saw the plant go down, their retakes were generally quite good as well. So overall, strategically and execution-wise for Luda, really, really strong. Does that translate into map 2? We're probably still a little bit on the fence. GG, I'm sure, will be more competent on this second map.
Yep.
3 opening kills were not converted. Only 3, Vinny. And fortunately for Ludavica in this storyline, we talked about it going into the map that it was a massive win condition for them. They only lost 3 opening picks out of this entire map, which is kind of ridiculous to consider. We talked about it very quickly as we were going into the map, kind of off air. We weren't talking about it while we were doing the pre-desk. Cairo is a bit of an aggressive young man in the server, and he is, for the most part, in the conversation, helping divide the strats up between him and Milo. I think, by the sounds of it, he's really leading it, and Milo's kind of there as the mature, don't think that's a good idea, pal. But the point that Guz is making there about when the opening picks are happening, on Ludavica's attacks, it is dramatically earlier. Like, within the first minute, then we swap, and GG play a much slower, more methodical version of Siege. Is that a problem here in this series? Because Ludavica look like they are in control when they're on attack.
Yeah, and I think it plays into Bank a lot as well, the map pick, because it's obviously one of those maps where within 15 seconds you could be putting pressure on site, on repels and things like that. So we saw a lot of that sort of pressure coming in from Ludavica, and they really worked off that to get those opening picks quite early, and it really lent into their really strong attacking half. As you said, when I was on a team with Cairo, he very often was vocal about creating strategies that were aggressive and getting in the opponent's face and really putting pressure on.
Yep.
And I think we're seeing a lot of that in the way they're playing this stage, and that's why their entry stat is so high.
Now, we move to Consulate. Michael, we just need a quick word from you on this one. Both of these teams have won it, so they've both played it once this stage. Ludavica beat Circular Spheres, GG beat Chiefs. I don't know how much you want to read into that, but we're going there with, I wouldn't say uncharted territory, but probably leaning toward GG for this one.
Yeah, for Luda, it's a very low preference map. They frequently banned it out, and their record is, in question. CS obviously we're good this stage, but not quite to the same level of GG. So I'm intrigued to see how they go on attack. It's different to Bank in the sense that it's a lot more difficult on pretty much every side to have early direct pressure, right? You have to really grind for a lot of map control on Consulate, and I think GG, with their ability to hold power positions, should be better suited on this map. So
we're going to a third just quickly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think we're going to see Ludavica try to put that pressure on early. As Guz said, it is really hard. It's one of those maps where actually the defenders have a bit more of an advantage pressuring the attackers trying to get into the building. So, but in saying that, GG don't seem like a super aggressive team on their defenses. So I think if they really want to put their stamp on this series, they need to be aggressive.
Now, as we throw to a break, Vinny, I'm just going to do something.
Yeah,
please. I keep looking at it.
That's killed me. And on that note, it's time for us to go to a break. Hopefully, GG can bounce back in map 2.
I couldn't.
You know how they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey?
And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you know what?
They're right.
We don't have my side. Why can't you be the light that I need? Can't you see what you've done to me? I wanna fall with you. I wanna flow with you. I need to know the truth. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out of my life. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep you close. We're born to fall, and I give it all just to let you know that I will keep. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out. So tell me why you send me those signs filled with flowers and lies. Then you tear me to pieces and fade through the night. I broke down my walls and then you left me falling. I just wanna get you out of my life. When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. When my body only moves for the beat, you've been waiting for me. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it, la 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 la. When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. When my body only moves for the beat, you've been waiting for me. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just drop like I'll just la 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. Just drop like just la 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 la.
Sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the potion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up, where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights.
Coming into the grand final, we had full confidence in ourselves. You know, we saved our strats from the Japan qualifier, and we had our map pool set for the BO3 major qualification. That's essentially what only our eyes were on. So we got it done. We won. We celebrated. After that last round in the grand final, this is later my brother telling me, but he started jumping up and down when we won. He came downstairs and he got the okay, and he actually, you know, came and gave me a massive hug. Oh, fuck. That was sweet, brother. Oh, sorry, boys. Yeah, me and my brother are really close, so I go to his footy games every weekend and we support each other, so he can come and... Oh, shit. Yeah, 5 years, you know, grinding towards the goal, and you finally hit that goal. The brother... Oh, shit. Nah, cut that. That's good there. As soon as we made the major, we got straight to prep. The boys, you know, put their game modes on. We talked to the org, and the org got us a boot camp a week before at the Bliss HQ. So we went up there and started grinding, man. You know, we wanted to perform well. We just didn't want to just go there and just do what all the other APAC teams did before and just perform crap. You know, we wanted to emphasize that we are a good team and we deserve to be, you know, at the top. We really wanted that main stage, but we came short, unfortunately. And one of the big takeaways for me personally was meeting all these players that I looked up to along my journey and watching, you know, Pro League matches, and actually meeting them was awesome, man. Me shaking their hands after losing to them, like Liquid, you know, we lost and we shook hands with them, you know, that means a lot to me as well, man. Now after being at the major, my eyes are set on making another one. I want that moment again with my family and my team. It doesn't matter if I have to do it with a different set of boys, I need to get that done again. So that's the #1 priority for me this year.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to get back into Ludavica versus GG here in the lower bracket final. One of these teams is going to make it through to the grand final to face Enterprise. And at the moment, it's not looking like it's the Gaimin Gladiators. Pengu, the former champions, this new, renewed import roster with all of the finances behind it of that GG organization, they are on the ropes here. It goes to their map pick after a bit of a rough map number 1. Bank was well controlled by Ludavica. GG have to fight back, and they don't have any more second chances.
They do not. And it's an awkward spot for GG because they weren't just struggling in like the individual gunfights or in map control or in strategy. It was across the board in all those 3 categories. GG didn't have one area where I was like, you know what, they look like the better team right now, and I think they can take it on map 2 or map 3 if we gotta go the distance. The more I see, the more I'm like, you know what, Ludavica is the real deal. Like, they're getting so much better every single week. And now they're doing it against one of the best, supposedly what should have been the best in the region, which maybe just hasn't been the truth after all. GG is starting on attack. They pick the map, so of course Ludavica choose the starting side. When you're playing Gunschlit, you're gonna pick defense first, okay? It's very simple. There's not a whole lot of debate about this. This is what you're gonna do. Ludavica, what they did when they were attacking a bank, they were setting the pace. They're being fast, they're being effective, they're being aggressive. They are now playing defense, and they bent up both Dokkaebi and Blitz, which are 2 attack and operators that GG could have used to set the pace and to try and take control. So, they're gonna make do without. Deimos and Blackbeard, Grim, those 3 operators being brought in here in the first round instead. They will now do the job. As I say, the operator's name, Deimos, Croxon is dead, question mark from Cairo in chat, and once more, GG, not able to get in the building safely.
That's a big player to take down, of course. Croxon, just about the #1 player in the region. Big scalp to take early on for Cairo, and he's fired up. Now, we did have a little bit of an extended break while we made sure that everyone was playing with the allowed skins. Apparently, there was some accusations that people were not using allowed skins. I don't know what the reality is. I don't know whether it was or wasn't, but Cairo was certainly getting very lippy about it all, and he's now found 2 kills. As GG start to fight back, it's not going to be enough, however, because Wedables is the last man standing, and Cairo finds the 3-piece that he's been looking for. It's a fiery start for Ludavica.
It's continuing, just like how Bank ended / started. Tell him this man. You Milo goes again. You tell. Oh my god,
I have
Megatron.
to Google this.
Let's Tango.
Oh,
yeah,
tell Megatron Let's Tango is a GIF apparently and a meme.
Let me see here. Tell Megatron.
Let's Tango.
Let's Tango.
Yeah, apparently that is a meme.
Okay. Interesting.
Tell Megatron, let's tango. Amazing.
I like that. I mean, I really enjoyed interviews whenever they've been winning and playing about the prep work, the philosophies, and kind of how like Milo came back after a long break, and he was kind of terrible, he said, in the beginning, and he was like, you know, having to get back into it and like try and figure out like how the game is now, and strategically he knows like the fundamentals without the current meta anymore. And I think it was Cairo, he said, he has like a really smart understanding for the game in its current iteration, so they work a lot together at making sure that the team is now playing good fundamentals, good discipline, but new style Siege.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Very much so. Ludavica have taken a little bit of time to warm up. Of course, like you said, there are 2 veterans on this roster. I guess Physics is kind of a veteran. He's been on Circular Spheres for a very long time in a mid-pack team. But, you know, Box is very new to the scene. Karma is a relatively new player. And yet Ludavica are hanging with the big boys. Of course, they already beat the Chiefs, the former champions, and then GG, who were champions before them. Well, they're next up on the chopping block. Ludavica are, in fact, the real deal. This is not just a sensible mid-pack team with some decent talent. No, these guys are fighting the top. They're fighting this import roster of GG as they do look for their second attack to GG, and they brought out that Blackbeard again. Croxon has survived the first minute of the round. That's a good flag.
Yes, but I think it might be because they're going so slow. Everyone is still outside the building after 60 seconds, and yes, sometimes constantly can be difficult to enter. But I think this is just them paying respects and not being scared, but recognizing that, hey, we cannot just run over Ludavica. We can't just jump in a window, go in the building for free. 2 guys by Sulu window, Croxon by the yellow door. This might just be a straight bombsite take, but now they're going on the repels instead. GG, they get the first step done. They summon the bombsite walls, but now they gotta start working the map with only half the round to play.
Well, they couldn't breach the wall with Ace. They could have used Croxon's pistol to breach it, but instead they decided to go all the way on the top floor, and guess what? Cairo was just waiting for them. 2 players drop,
Disaster.
2 players fall, and 2 players are now waiting for the round to be done. As the rest of GG walk straight into crossfires, Karma finds one. It is an utter disaster for the attack. Yet to find a frag as Milo peppers a few bullets and falls on back. Hello and goodbye, says Lunchbox. Wedables, the last man standing. 1v4. Kairo's calling him. Kairo's waiting for him. And he swings him with the shotty. Oh, GG are in utter dismay. It's a pitiful opening to Consulate, akin to that of Bank. We need to see them fire up sooner or later, because this is a very dull-looking GG.
This is the problem again with Consulate. When you pick the map, you will start on the much more difficult side. So if you lose on Bank, as GG they did, you're gonna have a first half 6 rounds on Consulate. They need at least 2 here. I think with how things have been going so far, they might even need a 3rd to have a realistic shot at staying in this. It's about the mental game now for GG. We know mechanically they're good enough. They've shown us that the entire stage so far. And when they show up on a good day, they can also be a great team and they can beat Ludavica. Right now, none of that matters to me. It's about mentality. Can they stay in it? Are they gonna tilt? Are they gonna be like, oh my god, are they gonna get frustrated? Or will they keep problem solving? Because those player cameras from GG that I just witnessed, they look kind of dead on those player cams. Not a lot of mouse moving, not a lot of big smiles, not a lot of energy being brought. And when you look at how they're playing in the server, it's very similar. They're all outside the building for over half the round, just to jump down yellow skylight, no drone, not even checking the damn staircase, and just dying to a defender of Cairo, just standing there. So many things can be done for GG, and so little things are actually happening.
Yeah. As it's one thing to lose when your opponent is making huge plays, but it looks so bad when you're just jumping down staircases and not even checking that there's a player waiting for you to get freebie kills. The GG started on attack on a defender-sided map in OCE League, 55% defensive win rate for Consulate. But that doesn't mean that they can get away with having a really pitiful opening. Cairo is so confident to swing here. No damage dealt either direction at the moment.
Fishing. Creed's gonna have to rejoin it now to make sure that he's indeed falling further back, and he has. But this is a solo entry. Creed's gonna go up the yellow staircase instead of chasing into garage. He's gonna stay alive.
Oh, Box.
Red Pink's coming out. Box injured by Layden on the demos. Confirmed by Creed's little wall. Good start for GG. They're in the building. They got opening pick, and they got demos trackers.
Oh, it does fail, though, as I believe Cairo walked on through that mute jammer. Meanwhile, Brendo got a little bit baited in there, and he falls to Milo, who wants to try and piece on back downstairs. Keep in mind, this is the split bomb site. It's not garage.
Yeah.
And not a lot of map control has been taken here by GG. The only player who's inside the building is Creed's in Expo, as he's making his way through the ground floor towards that A-bomb site.
This is the thing about Consulate that makes it hard to attack. You can't really be in the middle of the map as an attacker. There's no easy way in. Lobby is not the middle, piano is not the middle. You gotta push from one side and then over. A little bit akin to Skyscraper and Cafe to a point, and it means defenders can just keep peeling back. This here is a bit of a gap that Creeds found, cutting off the rotation between bottom spiral and the bomb site. But it looks like, yep, there was the default cam. They know. Do they swing? Do they stay?
Oh, Cairo times it!
With the perfect timing!
How on earth did he have the luck to make that happen? Creed's, right as he got out his gadget, that's when the kill came through. Layton, though, nice drop shot onto Cairo. Brings out that vendetta for a bit of revenge. 1v3. with 30 seconds to play, but no diffuser to speak of. A nade goes through. It's pretty well placed. It forces Physics out of position, but the support comes. And the AK brought to hand for Leighton as a C4 misses its mark. 3 players from Ludavica just waiting for him to march on forward, and it's beautiful. The Keevers from Karma. That diffuser still locked on down. Milo falls. The second one needs to come through. No bullets remaining, just 2 in the Vendetta as Karma puts him out. And the timeout immediately called by GG. It is so seriously needed. 3 rounds down on Consulate.
Yeah, I mean, with the new operator ban system, we are going to see the final operator spend first, then timeout taken, where they can talk strategy. So this makes sense. They see the full vision now, and I mean, you're down 0-3, nothing's working. It's not even close. It only got into that 1 versus 2 because Ludavica is just swinging you for fun. One big important note for me, actually, I was watching the player cams of Luda when they won. They're not screaming or yelling or they're super hyped up. It's, again, cool, calm, collected, 1 round at a time. Celebration is not going to happen until you reach that second victory screen and you take this series 2-0. They're not going to get ahead of themselves.
So what do they talk about in this tactical timeout? Here's the GG roster. Wow.
Oh, it's all coaching staff talking. There's not a single mouth moving here in those cams.
So my understanding is it's only 1 coaching staff that can actually talk. It's only the designated coach, not the analyst or anyone else.
Fair. That's true.
That is my understanding. Of course, Sejon, former player for GG, he's still involved in this roster. I've heard a couple of different interpretations of what his role is. I believe technically he's team manager, but I've heard he has quite a hand in a lot of the coaching of this team. But
I could see that.
What everyone, I mean, I think he would be an excellent coach, just knowing the leadership qualities of that guy and his extremely deep understanding of not just the game, but also high performance. I had some really good chats to him about that book that me and Mandy always used to talk about, The Inner Game of Tennis, the one that old Bliss roster were recommended to read by their support staff, by their sports psychologist. And it really just talks about not just how to, it's not about how to be good at tennis or how to be good at the game. It's about how to get yourself into the right headspace to be good at whatever you're good at, right? Which is so important. Because you can have a ceiling of being the best team in the world, but if you never actually reach that, or as soon as you are playing in front of a crowd, you can't reach that, doesn't really matter how good you are sometimes. It matters how good you are today. And that's what that book is all about. That's what I know Sejon is so good at. But I'm pretty sure it's likely Titan who's the one talking to GG during that tactical timeout. Obviously, he has quite an esteemed career himself, being an SI champion back as an analyst for G2. But I wonder what it would be like to be in the tactical timeout when GG 0-3 down on their map pick.
Could also just be a case of a Titan crash out. There was those memes when you first joined the region of OCE that, not seeing eye to eye with how OCE players were playing in scrims, I think was a joke back then. Not taking it serious enough. How serious enough is this for you, right? Ludavica taking it down, making it look easy in some of these. And again, I want to praise Ludavica because they've been playing really well. I think the reason why the divide is so big in some of these rounds, particularly on Consulate, is Ludavica are playing well, plus GG are playing kind of poor, and that's creating a very big divide in the pretty one-sided 3-0. But is this Kyra overheating a little bit, sprinting into admin when the guy's on window rappel? That's a little bit disrespectful, and it goes punished, thankfully. And that's how GG can find a way back into this. If they punish these small mistakes, if they shut down the over-aggression of the individual players of Ludavica, and then they can convert this man-power advantage into round victory, that's how this starts going the right way.
Kara has been very hungry. We saw that ever since the first round where he got that early kill on Croxon and then taunted him in the old chat. Now here comes the Sens projector. Kreese, no way! How on earth don't you check the angle? Milo's good for 3! No. And that's the round in the bin for GG! How on earth do you not check that default position? It's an utter disaster for Gaimin Gladiators. A tactical timeout that nets them nothing. Poor Brendo, left in a 1v4, doomed to die, trapped outside this window, fishing for kills. But Ludavica, they know that the damage has been done, and all they have to do is sit back, relax, and wait for Brendo to surrender his life to them.
Oh, man. GG. The second bomb site rotation. They've seen the top floor defense before. They know what to expect. Brendo's good for one. Karma shuts him down. And again, no big cause for celebration because it's just 4-0. It's just another round, guys. When you see that second bump site rotation and you've seen CEO before, it's like, okay, we need to now have a counter attack. We saw they did it before. Let's counter it. Let's have a solid moment here. Doesn't happen. We gotta start seeing GT strategically bring the right plays in the server, taking admin, working on over, having crossfires, checking the defaults. I mean, look at this. How do you not check it? It's like every single player, every round since the rework has had a person in this corner, and they don't even attempt to check it. Heartbreaking way to lose the round. And it ends right there. Like, that's it. It's over. Megatron!
Oh man!
Like, what is happening right now? Like what even is that?
Is the chillers
They're just
comms.
memeing their way through this.
Yeah, like this isn't even them sweating. This isn't like a really tense, like, yeah, let's go, guys. No, this isn't like your space station-esque energy. No, these guys are just like cruising on through, playing their defaults. You know, oh, I'm gonna try and rat in this position. Let's see if I find a kill. Oh, okay, round's over. Haha, let's just have a laugh about it. And can you imagine the contrast if we had just played that replay into GG's post-round comms? What do you think would have sounded like?
Could we hear the next GG post-round comms, please?
If production have any post-round comms for GG after they lose a round like that, man, I would love to hear the contrast between the two teams.
It could just be utter silence, honestly. And then somebody goes, who said it was clear, guys? And then
guys,
complete
really
silence and just like a sigh.
Like when we casted the Falcons game the other day, and every time that Falcons won a round, you just see Brede with the biggest sigh. It's like things are not looking good when you see a team reacting like that.
No. You see League Effect with his hands, like all Italian style, being like, this is what we have to do, guys. Come on, listen.
Oh, that tactical timeout
it was
iconic.
So good.
It's a shame we didn't get any team comms in EU because I'm loving the player reaction comms that we're getting here in OCE. It looks like they want to do the strat that they attempted to do previously on this bomb site. Oh, Croxon just chases down Milo, finds a big kill. Croxon with a double.
Okay.
Is this the way that GG finally find themselves into the map? A big 2K for Croxon. Leighton now forcing that plant down, but Wettables has been taken out. A retake might be on the cards here, but with the Blackbeard up and alive, it's going to be very challenging. If the angle can be found above the shield for Karma, it might be possible. But as Leighton falls back and gets into a safer position, it's not likely. I think this is a solid post plant for GG. This should be their first round on the board. As the Lion roars and Ludavica are revealed, a good cutoff from the yellow stairs at Croxon. This should be it for GG. Finally on the board. Karma only died once. It's about to be a second for him in a 1v4. No time left remaining. Big round from Creeds from the bottom of yellow. He played his role to perfection. GG finally get themselves into Consulate.
It comes down to individual heroics perhaps, but what I did like there from GG regardless is that they all were in the building and they were full committing. That was going to be a fast round victory or a fast round loss, and that's what I want to see from them. When you are all doing the same thing together. There was a drone for Croxon, he got the 2-piece, Blackbeard straight in there going for a plant. There's no hesitation, there's no seconds or minutes being wasted. It's efficient, it's simple, it's good. It's the first round for Gaimin Gladiators, but again, it's that second rotation. They've seen that bump set defense before. They actually saw that gap last time, but were too scared to go for it. Went top floor, dropped the skylight, died. This time they saw the setup and said, guys, now we're gonna do it the right way. And they just full commit. Now we go to the split bomb side. The issue here, I don't think they found the gap previously. It was that awkward, Creeds goes in Garrett's basement alone, he gets swung and dies, they die first floor because Milo walks into piano. I don't think GG has a good starting foundation for counter-stratting, so they gotta scope out the map first and go for something, or they gotta have a specific strat in mind and just try and see if they can make that one work from the get-go.
So interesting the way we often talk about different teams having different play styles, and there's so many different ways you can play Siege at the moment on the attack, right? You can pick apart the defense and look for a counter strat execute. You can look for a gap. You can look to try and clear roamers and take ground gradually. There's so many different ways that you can play attacks, right? It feels like GG only ever attack in one way, and it's by looking for those gaps. And it doesn't seem to work for them. It's not like they're as good at it as, for example, like G2. G2 were the kings of that recently in the EML. GG are struggling a little bit with it. They don't quite have the fragging capability. I mean, every now and then they'll frag out because they have incredibly talented players. But there's not quite enough depth there. They don't have enough ways that they can pivot their attack play styles.
And that's where you can maybe raise the question of, is this just like an import situation where you don't respect your opponents enough, or is it just a matter of like, you've had an easy time in groups, relatively easy time at least, you can just kind of run over your opponents, and now it's changed, you can no longer run over them, and you lack the depth to do it differently.
Oh,
They're
no,
just dying
Leighton!
again. Everyone's dying! There's 3 dead!
Where are you looking, Leighton? You were mid-gunfight with this guy. Croxon needed to cut off Karma, but he didn't. Eventually, he takes him down, but the damage has been done by Ludavica. And again, it's desperate times for GG. They really needed that second round and a half. You can't exit at a 1-5 and move on to your defense. Even if you are a phenomenal defending team, you're almost guaranteed to lose the map. And now GG have to come back from a 2 versus 4 just for a chance at making this half redeemable.
They want the 5-2 or 4-2 rather. They're not gonna get it. I mean, they just don't have the win conditions. Unless Ludavica, they overheat. Cairo, he's alive. It can still happen. Look at his main door. He's in the corner. He's waiting for his right time. He strikes pre-fire. Oh, boy.
Oh, and he finds a second as well.
Boy.
There's the young gunner of Box. He's been fired up in this series. Ludavica, a 5-1 defense on Consulate. GG's map pick. And now GG have to run it back. If they don't, they're out of the tournament. They're out of the bloody tournament. Not even in second place. This isn't even the bloody grand final. Ludavica came for the Chiefs and they got rid of him. They kicked him out. The former champions gone and done. And now they're coming for GG, this import behemoth. Ludavica are gunning for a chance to rematch Enterprise in what would be such a historic match for OCE. To not see GG nor the Chiefs in the grand final. And it's all thanks to Ludavica, who would have knocked them both out. It's just 2 rounds away from happening. GG, there's no turning back. They need to look forward and they need to storm through this defensive half.
It's do or die. We gotta see them just come out swinging in this opening round, have a solid defensive setup, and play the crossfires correctly. I like to bring in traps here to slow down the individual gunfighting of Ludavica, the Fenrir, the Ella, the Goyo, the Smokes. They're checking out a lot of the right boxes. Creed is in being, you know, a solo roamer on the vigil that can do crazy stuff if he has to. I like that as well, that kind of wow factor, which GG they definitely need. But we saw Ludavica when they were attacking on Bank. They were setting pace. They were controlling exactly what was happening almost every single round, and they're not afraid to go for a rush. They're not afraid to go quickly in the server. And when you're playing Consulate, I do think the most important thing on the attack, it comes down to a mixture of 2 things. Either it's full commitment and fast pushes, where you're gonna hit the side very rapidly, or it's really solid fundamentals in like the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. Guys, go admin, breach the meeting wall, clear soda machine, and then you push top spiral and meeting door. It's really either or. The whole fishing around, oh, I'm over here, I'm over there. I know that people are going to watch this game and go, oh my god, GG, you're so bad at attacking, I've seen rank stacks better. And it's like, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I don't care. It's a matter of, when you're up against a really good defending team, it's so hard to actually enter the building for free, because they're everywhere. They're waiting for you to enter the building, and they're going to shut you out. Ludavica played really good defense, and it's why GG's attacks looked so awful. This could be an impact run out. He hears it. The Lion's Skin Cloak. The angle.
It was a bit sketchy there for a second. I mean, it's hard to look directly upwards, right? You can't look 100% upwards. And Cairo actually almost pivoted. He had to flip upside down in order to aim downwards on Rappel. He almost got that, but nonetheless, it's a good kill there for Creeds. And a good start. Oh, that was an actually missed Selma. That should be able to be picked up, though. I mean, if anything tells the story of this map... Oh, okay, Creeds, why are you peeking that? Very unnecessary. An early advantage that was garnered by GG has just been straight up given back to Ludavica.
Yeah, I was just gonna praise Creeds how like the wow factor of doing the solo play paid off, and then he throws his life in the gutter by retaking into admin completely solo.
Terrible percentage play.
I mean, again, let's say you had a teammate with him, or somebody pushing copy, so you take an admin from 2 different angles. I'm like, okay, they're making an aggressive play. It's decisive, it's together. That was a full-on solo play after already having done that hero.
And it's like, what's the benefit of that kill, right? Versus the negative side of losing it. Like, the risk is not worth the reward. And what I was going to say before is, if there's anything to really hammer home what this map has been like so far, every single round, a player on one of these teams has gotten a 3K. It's been a game of heroics, and Creeds, he wanted to be the hero this round. He forced the issue too much. And now GG, as you said, Croxon, his position spotted out by some good drone work from Ludavica. He actually wants to go and retake that position. Again, he's going to the bottom of Spiral. Might not actually read it. I think he's watching the angle. Meanwhile, Wedables has fallen on site. Croxon does find his kill, and that's the diffuser down. GG finally back in control of the round as Physics needs to go deep on the site. He finds Leighton. 2v2 now. But Croxon still has that diffuser at the top of Spiral stairs. It means there aren't many options here for Karma as he falls. Croxon gets him. Physics low HP, finds one. It's a 1v1 for Physics. That diffuser can be grabbed, and he spots out where Croxon is. He might be able to go for the kill. Pistol in hand for Physics. You cannot deny the laws of this man. Oh my God, Ludavica. It's match point out of nowhere.
It's a heartbreak. He could have stayed outside the building, let go of the mouse and keyboard, and probably won on time. He jumped out Spiral window, in towards bathroom, detected. He gave away his perfect position. They had no clue where he was because he retook top Spiral.
He could have been downstairs. He could have been right side. He could have been left side. They didn't know.
Oh, 2 seconds left.
That was just the wrong play. Croxon, you almost won the round for your team. And that jump outside was utter devastation.
This play right here from Creeds. I want to go back to that. Okay, we got some comments first.
Let's hear this.
Yeah! It's Cody! Let's go! Holy shit! Let's fucking go, Clutch a gene, Cody. Clutch a gene.
It's in the genes, bro. It's in his genes.
I want to go back to the Creed's death. Because he got the first pick, it's 5 versus 4, and you said it perfect. It's about, is it worth it? Risk versus reward? Imagine you had one more defender to hold one of those important angles when it came down to bombs that execute. They're attacking meeting door, top Spiral, bottom Spiral, soda machine, and the connector window CEO. They're everywhere. Creeds, again, the hero that GG needs, at least for 1 kill. But he's gotta now, again, play the numbers, play the crossfire. In the 2v2, we saw a beautiful double swing from GG, from top Spiral, and then the door to the right. And they swing together on the Ying. That was beautiful. We gotta see more of those 2v1s.
He's killed that hard breacher, by the way. And it means that Ludavica know their win condition has completely changed, so they're just going to rush the site. The smokes come out, they're hoping for a bait. They're hoping that someone will peek on in.
C4.
And that C4 is way too wide of the mark. Cairo actually going to plant directly in front of that mirror window. Creeds has found his kill before being traded. Wedables, his C4 is big. It's all up to Cairo in a 1v4, and he is shut down. GG restabilize, and it was all enabled by spawn peeking that hard breacher. A nice read from Luda, but as we say, you go hard, and you either win big or you lose big.
I love it. We saw them do the exact similar thing on Bang, the Blitz and the Glass working together. It came down to C4s, really. There were 2 C4s being tossed on out that kind of stalled things, blitz in both situations to run away, go deeper. And the plant was not confirmed. I will say though, even if the plant did go down, I don't think the post-plant positions were all that strong from Ludavica. They're getting flanked yellow. They have, a lot of defenders by the bomb site, and the smoke's covering the glass. They were about to expire, plus the glass died to a C4 shortly after that. But you can afford to do these crazy rounds because the score is 6-2. All you need is 1 round, 1 clutch, or 1 mess up from GG, and you take this 2-0.
It's 4 more match points. And even though GG won that rush once, right? Like, they repelled the really risky play from Ludavica. If Ludavica did make a similar risky play every single round of this half, there's no guarantee that GG gets it right every time. Like you said, Ludavica only needs it to work once. GG needs it to work every single time.
What happens when Creech goes that early pick and then dies, and you start the round 4v5 instead of 5 versus 4? That's the other thing. The individual heroics, they're great to have. Like, who wouldn't want a clutch player who can just win the round single-handedly, or at the very least, put yourself and your team in a very advantageous position? Anybody would want that kind of player. But what's more important is the consistency to make the right play more often than not, and then occasionally be clutch. You can't be a hot or cold player and then just hope for the best. You gotta be a hot and cold player with a consistent team behind you to back you up when that play doesn't work out. On the florist trick, I love this. From the roof, in the window, in the drone hole, and clears the shield.
Yeah, there's no one in position to shoot that, by the way, which is surprising. No one on the camera either. This is so gnarly. Some absolute...
help!
Yeah, come on, Milo. Oh, is he gonna get through? Nah, gets jammed.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, though, Brendo's actually gone down
dead.
on the Fenrir. Yeah, not a good look to start the round off. Last 2 rounds, Creeds has found the opening kill. This time it's Ludavica that find it. Oh, and a second one. Is this how GG lose? Is this how GG get knocked out of stage 1? Not with a bang, but with a little whimper. An opening frag, a second one. And now they look to try and go aggressive to get their advantage back. It was the bloody smoke that died on site, by the way.
To his own holes. He shotgunned those holes. Ying walked in lobby and killed smoke through them. They just bought themselves like 30 extra seconds on the timer right now. That's huge against the Goyo. What is a double C4 situation. And you see Ludavica, they're slowing down the pace. They're droning everything multiple times. The only downside, they're running out of intel. 4 drones in pocket. Goyo fire can stall. They're playing it nice and slow, but the execute is still going to be difficult.
Wettables will find one at least as Karma goes down, and this wall is not going to be breached here. Keen for another one is Creeds. Ludavica, all they got to do is slow and steady it. All they got to do is 2v1 it. Croxon's on for a big flank, and I don't think Physics has hurt him, so he comes up for the backstab. He finds one, he goes hunting for a little bit more. Meanwhile, Cairo on the other side, he's flipped the switch, and he's had his position taken down as well. It's now desperation from Box as he doesn't know where the hell Croxon is. Gets a face full of lead. Milo in a 1v3, down from a 5v3. And credit to GG, they brought it back this far. Milo without a teammate to work with, but the Rotero goes out to try and bait. He spots out where Croxon is. He needs to take this fight. AR-33 in hand, bit of damage. Not a lot of bullets remaining though, just the 2 left. He brings out the pistol and Croxon will finish him off. GG, another round, another sigh of relief. And yet, 3 more to go.
It's a tough position there if you're Ludavica, right? You get what looks like the final round, the 5 versus 3, such a great spot to be in. And they slow down, which, again, on paper, a great play. But maybe for this specific circumstance, speeding up and overwhelming GG would have been the better situation because they let GG one, they set up their positionings, and then they get the timings. They go for a flank, they get a pick, and the round just falls apart one by one by one by one until Ludavica only has Milo left. They will call a tactical timeout, discuss the operator bans, and figure out how can they get that one round that they need now that they've seen the full bomb site rotation of CEO basement. Well, CEO basement and CEO, I guess, was their rotation. We've seen 2 bomb sites.
And so what's the play here? Like you said, it does get difficult for Ludavica, sorry, for GG rather, because as you win your defenses, you get fewer and fewer options of where you can play. Yeah, like you said, garage is locked, top floor is locked. So where do they go next? We haven't seen them play any other bomb site yet. So is it split, where we saw Ludavica play quite a few times successfully on the defense, or is it piano? What's the call here for GG? And how are Ludavica going to deal with it?
So far it's split bomb site. Ludavica probably going to discuss the attacks of both options and then just have a baseline to work off of.
Goyo ban, by the way.
Yeah, Goyo, I like the Goyo ban a lot. It just buys you, again, more time, more space in the server, and you can't get cheesed out on those doors.
Yeah, like, I mean, Creed's
it's a great gun.
He's been farming on it. Croxon's been playing it a bunch as well. Like, Goyo is one of those operators where if you've got a good Goyo play, it's almost worth banning it because the gun is so good and a player feels so much confidence with that ACOG vector. Plus the util is just unreal. Like, I feel like a lot of the time in ranked, I just want to pick Goyo because the gun's so good and you're like, well, it doesn't hurt having those Vulcan canisters. It just buys my team 20 seconds on every doorway that we want. On the flip side of that, it's the Ying band out, which, yes, GG has brought a few times, but it certainly hasn't felt like the instrumental operator for Ludavica.
No, it hasn't felt instrumental to me either, but I will say operators like the Ying and the Lion, same thing for Dokkaebi actually, is it gives your team this kind of, okay, it's time to push. It's a very clear indicator of when the execute is coming, almost like a native 3, 2, 1 countdown. And with that, you get this kind of false sense of adrenaline or security because, like, okay, we're going now, and because the Yings are going out or the Dokkaebi call is happening, like, we got an advantage. Even if the Yings completely miss the mark, because you never know, you feel like it's working. You feel like it's doing something. Ludavica now will have to do a different countdown, as I said, to Dokkaebi. Or just verbally. A ram trick on in, boop, instantly breaches the window. That's the new tech in Siege X that you can do. As you can now repel on the animation before actually breaking the window itself. Work with Sledge and Buck, Ram. As the gadgets all break windows very quickly. And it's good pace.
And Kara's alone up here. Oh, never mind. Karma's come in to support. And he's got that gridlock as well. Hitting the gritty on these staircases, making sure that no one can go for those flanks without making at least a hell of a lot of noise. There are 2 C4s on Leighton and Creed, so that's the thing I'd be worried about if I was playing up above.
This is very easy though, because Ludavica haven't had to fight for anything yet. We know from the lineup of the defenders, very much a plant deny strat. The Evil Eyes by the Maestro, the C4s from Bandit and the Mirror, and the bulletproof cameras and Fenrir and the Legion. It's all about information, plant deny, and a flank from Creed on the Mirror. I think he's found the angle here perfectly.
Yeah, he's good for one. Karma down. And then he'll drop straight back downstairs as well. So no opportunity for a refrag here. He'll go all the way down to the basement as the logic bomb rings on out for Ludavica. It's not likely they'll be able to chase that kill. He's fallen back into the rafters, into the shadows as Creed's 1 minute remains in the 4v5. Ludavica have quite a task before them.
Can't find the opening. Again, GG playing util game, making Luda work for it. No easy gunfights, no easy picks right now. Oh, the nade hits the railing, it bounces off, a track comes through instead. Ludavica, they're walking in blind.
Yeah, this is not going to be a Ludavica round. GG finding a resurgence on their defense. As it's desperate now for Box. He needs to drop down into the waiting arms of Wettables, but he can't aim down sights while he's falling, and Wet cuts him down. Physics is clutch a 1v2, 1v5 is a little bit out of his league, and GG put a 3rd round in a row on the board, continuing their march towards overtime.
And this is where the pressure has now shifted from GG onto Ludavica. They feel locked out, they've lost those 3 rounds in a row, and they call their tactical timeout. They get flanked with 5 people alive at Gridlock and 2 different flank cameras by Yellow Stairs and Top Floor and CEO. But no one's watching it. The Dokkaebi call came out right after Gridlock died as well. Had that gone out 2-3 seconds earlier, maybe that flank doesn't happen. And then the round is looking much better. GG, I would not be surprised if they keep up this utility game. The plan right now is not to kill the players of Ludavica in the server, it's to make them uncomfortable. Make them unable to enter the bomb site and into the map. You'll give them top floor, you'll let them do the vertical destruction, you care about the bomb site.
Yeah.
Luca are now being pressured into execute on a very hard to execute map. This is finally, if I dare say it, GG playing a strategical game of Siege rather than a mechanical one. Of course, strategical means playing the depth of the game, mechanical playing for the kills in the game.
Yeah, it's taken nearly 2 maps, but GG finally have the right read on how to play against Ludavica, and by playing exactly contrary to how we heard Milo describe GG in that interview that we had with him last week, right? You remember he was saying, oh, you know, we think Enterprise is a really good team. Fisho is a genius. He has such a good read of the game. GG just run around. They're like a bunch of headless chickens. That was what he said. Yeah. And GG have played like that for the better part of 2 maps now. They're finally saying, all right, let's lock up the site. Let's play Plant Denial. Let's bring Mira. Let's bring, I mean, Goyo's banned now, but, you know, let's bring the Maestro. This round we've got...
They were going to play it if they could.
Kaid, yeah, 100% they would be on that Goyo if they could be. Let's go Warden. Let's go Fenrir. Let's play to really make that side a fortress. And then if we're going to do something a little bit cheeky like a flank, it's just going to be the cherry on top. It's not going to be our win condition.
Ludavica, they're not playing this very well by my count so far. I mean, they bring out the Jackal for a roam clear, and that's just the wrong read. There's no one top floor. They're playing Spiral Stairs basement, Yellow Stairs basement. Again, GG, they have flipped the script. They have changed the game plan. They're playing passive. The Jaggal's gonna give you nothing in the sound besides being a good gun and smoke grenades, which of course is something, but it might not be what you actually need in the server. Vertical being done, and it's a slow pace. I mean, 140 and we're still only top floor.
No.
we died to Brendo, who walks up yet again. They were basement yellow. He walks up 2 sets of staircases to then get a kill top floor Lion.
Yeah, it's a triple roam clear operator lineup with Lion, Jackal, Dockerbee, with no roam clear, and then when GG decides to backstab, they're not watching. So it's just, like you said, a bad read from Ludavica. They haven't realized that GG have flipped their script on how they're playing this round. Luda need to start bringing ways to hard counter the positions GG are playing. Like this, for example. Creeds, though, is playing the Warden, and he'll win the shotgun battle against Box. 5v3 for GG as their lead extends further.
Just desperation. And not a bad play necessarily. There's no warp modes there, I assume. But what about saying, hey, Cairo, you're in piano. Come with me on Spiral Staircases, kill this guy's Spiral, and then we can do Vert after. Or you say, hey, Cairo, I need to do Vert first, and then I can help you afterwards. But no, this is a solo swings.
This could be a kill.
Strategically, the wrong read. Mechanically, not winning the gunfight. Ludavica, again, locked out.
Oh, and it's the Warden again, seeing through these smokes. A second player countered by that Warden pick, and it's a very swift exit to the round for Ludavica, thanks to GG. Eventually the flank does come through at the end as well. This read is looking very solid now for the defense. They found 4 rounds in a row. A 5th is required to push us into overtime. Ludavica have one last chance to get it done in regulation.
They got top floor and they have lobby bomb side that they can still go to. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of surprised here that they're going for top floor. It's the best bomb side attack we saw from Ludavica thus far. And it's also a bomb set that they have already shown. I love when they went split after the tactical timeout. And then, of course, they go basement, they turtle, they play it different strategically. The problem with top floor bomb side in this circumstance is that you can only really play it more or less in one way. Because you can't play a lot of the map with it. I mean, okay, sure, you can play C4 below in Visa or whatever, and you can play, you know, Tashanka Smoke and try to do for crazy plant deny, or you can play aggressive in admin and go for kills. You can make small changes, but strategically, it works the same. Luda will either attack from CEO, or they will attack from admin, they will push on over, and they're always gonna drone below the area they attack in, or at the very least, they should be, because there's always gonna be a C4 somewhere. Lobby, however, you can work the whole map. Basement, top floor, first floor, flanking, retaking. And you're making Luda work for a lot of map control. Because now GG, the only way to stop them and play for map control is to take an offensive gunfight early in the round. And again, that's risky. The pulse downstairs, of course, could be the difference maker if it's gone unnoticed. If even one C4 kill comes too early, again, you get that 4v5. Then you're gonna be feeling mighty good, and Box better walk in. That's a mistake.
We had a driver's seat position to watch that. Big nitro cell for Croxon. One attempted from Creeds, doesn't quite have the momentum. Reposition from Karma, another nitro cell. Karma does eventually find that kill, so an even exchange here for Ludavica. As I say that, Croxon finds his second. The guy is on 13 kills, by the way. He's doing everything he can to keep GG in this map.
Him and Creeds together have been finding these important early picks. Not always, you know, converting to a round victory, but at the very least, statistically, very much improving the chances at winning. And again, what you gotta do here is lock Ludavica out, and they've done that with getting those kills. Now they can play sheltered roles and just play by the bomb side, wait for them to walk in. They got those shotguns, they got the TCSG, they got Toxic Babes and a single C4 left. They're just gonna wait. They're gonna burn down Ludavica's timer, and as long as no one oversteps into a bad gunfight and you keep this 4v3, they're chilling.
The question is, how do Ludavica clear Brendo here? Because there's so much potential for GG to support him. A peek has to come on through, and the Dreadmine meets Physics' demise. Karma is able to trade on back. Wait a second. A kill for Milo. Wettables and Croxon need to make sure this one doesn't slip between their fingers, and look at this positioning from Croxon. If he gets droned, this could be deadly. He does get droned, he repositions. So much time to play with here for Luda.
Luda can either go for a plant and cover, or they gotta try and pick up one player, but both are playing very far back. They know where both players are now. One by the window, one by balcony. The plant is going down now.
There's no Nitro Cell as well. Off. Milo just needs to hold this cover. As Karma secures it again, he keeps on faking it. He's just waiting for the angle to come through. Wettables spots out the covering player of Milo. And Karma is going to surely get that diffuser secured. Milo has to retreat. And Karma has been taken on down. It's a 1v1 for Milo. Wettables to try and keep his team into the championship as Milo makes his way forward. Wettables clutches for GG. Cool, calm, and collected. Look at this guy. He's cold in the defuse. And we've got overtime on our hands here. Calm as ice.
Comes down to the wire. Tell Megatron. It's such a nerve-wracking round for both teams because they have such a hard situation to navigate. Planting versus covering. Does the guy planting go for a pre-fire? Does he sprint away? And it's one of those you're gonna watch this round back in your head or after the game is over in a VOD check, and you're gonna go, oh my god, I made the wrong decision. I didn't see exactly which player was planting, but if you sprint away all the way into admin, you got the post plant, you got the 2v2, you're vibing. But if you sprint away and they're watching the angle and you get shot in the back, that feels bad. It's a terrible way to die. However, if you take the gunfight and lose the gunfight, which is what happened right here, then this feels even worse. Of course, Milo on one single HP in a very tough position doesn't have the greatest post-plant position either.
Yeah, to
Sprints
rush it too.
in fearing that the defuse is just going through. Yeah.
And if there was a tuck there from Wettables, right? Like, might not have found the angle straight away for Milo. He might have been ninja'd by accident.
10 seconds left.
And so not a lot of options there for Luda. The fact they even got it that close from that 3v4, as you said, was pretty insane. But GG, Wettables claims he's calm as ice. He certainly needs it. Now, into overtime, GG remain on that defensive side after winning 5 rounds in a row. From a 6-1 deficit, they've really brought themselves back into the conversation. And they need to win Consulate. Of course, that wouldn't even be it for them. We'd settle it on Skyscraper to see if GG have what it takes to make it to the grand final, because it certainly hasn't looked like it today. Up until this 5-round lead, this 5-round stretch, a marathon that they have run to get themselves back into it.
Yeah, with GG staying on defense and Box on low health already, I mean, it's, again, it looks like a similar situation.
Oh, dude! Why do you go back? Why does he retry that? Why does he re-peek? Dude, you're 14 kills. You've been carrying this team. You can't afford to die like that.
It's been instrumental.
Oh, look at GG.
And of course,
2-player retake. They have to get desperate.
Retake. Hello?
Well played.
If Box had a bit more health, he might actually live, but...
Box is on tilt.
Yellow door.
Oh, Creeds!
Oh my god.
Going from bad to worse for Ludavica. GG, after losing that first player, they know that they had to get aggressive. And they had the right read. They took down not just the blitz, but also Physics, who was watching the flank. And now it's elation for GG. They've set themselves up in the perfect position. Hard Breach is once again dead, and the basement is truly locked up.
Seen this one before. Try the turtle from Ludavica, a player stuck in yellow. 2 defenders on low HP actually. They can get this pick clean on yellow stairs. And there's a way. There's a world. Kyra from above confirms the kill. Brendo, single bullet should injure him too. Planting, not sure that's gonna happen though. 2 C4s, mirror window, yes it's opened up, but that line of sight is still very deep from cafeteria kitchen. But there's 4 smoke grenades from the side of Ludavica. They can smoke off the entire site, try and cheese a plant. There is 1 bulletproof camera though, overseeing the entire bomb site. That means the smokes, they have some info through it.
And no way to clear that camera as well, not easily. And so Ludavica, how do you pull this one together? There's time to work with, but not a lot of util. A smoke goes out from Milo. Oh, the angle just found by Brendo. Big kill. Karma down. Milo, another smoke as him and Cairo have to get back into it. Down on the basement. They go. They get that diffuser back again. But how on earth do they cross into a position straight into the dread mine? And then he goes deep. Holds the angle. Waits for the peek. His teammates actually gone the other direction. They've got the backstab. Leighton is the last one remaining. They have to go for kills, and they do! Ludavica bring it out of nowhere! And after a 5-round failure on the attacking side, they again have match point before them. This time, they're on the defense.
Calm.
Oh, Cairo
panic.
Gives it back to Wettables, saying exactly what Wet said last round after he clutched up.
That right there is Ludavica bringing out what I would like to call the APAC strat. And it works so well because GG have less APAC players than Ludavica, and it doesn't make sense what's happening. They did the illogical play, the statistical incorrect play. They think it shouldn't work, but sometimes does. They had 2 players in piano tossing smoke grenades from the verticality just like randomly in basement. And then you go for a backstab. It's genius. And we're going to hear how they celebrated after that round victory.
No, pushing car. Oh my god!
Oh, man, it's so good.
The Unks boys. The Unks boys.
Dude.
Oh,
are they saying
man.
they unks, as in they're old, like they're uncles? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
That's okay. We have confirmation for production. That's the call. That's hilarious, man. I can't get past that.
Jesus.
I mean, we've got, of course, like a player like Milo, who's a real veteran of the scene. He's playing with all these young gunners. And then you got players like, you know, Crocs and Creeds, Leighton, imported into this region just to be met with another match point. This time, they're on the attack. They only won 1 out of 5, or 1 out of 6 of their attempts in the first half. The conversation has truly changed here. Ludavica have been in charge. And this is their best shot they've seen so far of knocking GG out of the championship.
Luda has done the most difficult task of all. They've won their second attack around. GG, they gotta tie it to have a second shot at defending on 7-7. Problem solving time. And the thing is, it's been a while since you've been attacking. Do you remember what the setups were? Do you remember what your struggles were as well? And how are you gonna fix them? A lot of eyes here have been going to look at Creed and Croxon, 13, 14 kills respectively, and they've been winning rounds as often as they've been dying early and putting their team in a bad position. Right now, if there ever was a time, it's down to those guys to keep up the heat, but also Leighton, playing Blackbeard 3 and 9 right now, not holding his own, has to find some value with the Blackbeard, either with the grenades, destroying utility or a player, or leading the charge forward on the front lines with diffuser and trying to go for a play. We gotta see him step up.
And Creeds is on the lurk down below as well. You're right, we do need a lot of gaps found here by GG, but the Blackbeard is the first one to fall. How is it Leighton, who once again dies early for GG? It needs to come down to Creeds, playing vertically with this Deimos. He needs to have a massive impact, but his target is running amok up above. He can't get an easy shot. Eventually, Karma does get shut down by Croxon, covering from another angle. It's well played from GG to restabilize. 1 minute remains.
They just keep doing that, tracker by tracker, getting kill after kill, and get those numbers to their advantage. Brendo went some spiral, they hear the vault sound. Milo has played the spot so well in the past.
He's found multi-kills from this position, but Croxon gets one more. Cairo down. A key fragger for Luda. A good shot for Milo. Brendo's out of it. A brief moment where Milo sees him again, but physics. He's gotten aggressive and Croxon is down. Creeds is the last one. But the Gladiators have left the arena. Banished by the King Killers of Ludavica. And we have an all-new blood grand final in OCE.
And they come out swinging. Strategically, fundamentally, mechanically. I mean, this is Ludavica firing at 100% and Milo individually on top spiral, locking things down every single time. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. GG can't buy more than a single attack around despite going to OT. And they're out of this one. It's done. GG, it's over.
The imports could not save them. We had the era of Bliss, the era of GG, and the era of Chiefs. What era are we in now? OCE, we've got a brand new grand final before us, Rob.
There is going to be a new king of Oceania. Whether you believe it or not, that is the storyline here. Unbelievable matchup from both of these teams, to be fair. GG bringing that back after being 6-2 down, I think. Unreal, but Ludavica stay cool, calm as ice and composed. And I tell you what, that's a match for the ages. Unfortunately, I mean, the storyline here reads devastation for GG after so much investment. They are unable to get this across the line. There's so much to talk about in this series, Vinny, but one player that we were talking about off the scene, we did a very deep dive into him as well, was Physics.
Yeah, we did. We thought we had to give our flowers to somebody that probably doesn't get theirs more often enough, and that's someone like Physics. That guy that really plays that rock role on the rock roll in the team, and it's, I mean, even during the match we were talking about players like Juicy, players like Diesel, players like Fisho, obviously, who's still kicking, and yeah, you need someone like that. And even though their name may not come up as often, or at least for someone like Physics, who hasn't been as established in that role for as long as those other guys, they definitely deserve their credit. And I mean that Milo clutch at the end was so nice. Ugh.
Insane to see Milo doing things that Milo does best.
Yeah. What do we do best, Rob? We send teams home.
We send them home,
where they belong. Now, we got a little bit of work to do. Bear with me 2 seconds here. We're on the fly.
Yep.
We haven't run this by production at all.
No, we haven't.
As we don't really do on the APL. So, what we've got here over in... now, this is over... For those unfamiliar, this is about Perth down here.
Perth.
All right, so that's where GG located. Now, as we know, they don't really belong in Perth.
No. Where do they belong?
Europe. Now, we don't have Europe on the board because, obviously, this is the Asia map.
Yep.
So, Rob, can you be my Europe?
I'll be your Europe for you.
So, we're going to send GG back to Europe over here. There we go. Europe. Now, what do you want to do with Europe?
I don't know. What do we think of Europe?
Shit.
What do we think of shit?
GG.
Are you going to say it or am I? Are you going to say it or am I?
It's your turn.
We hate GG. We hate GG. No, of course.
It's all banter. It's all jokes. Yeah, see you later. And honestly, we got this one as well. Little GG. Yep, get rid of them.
Gonskis.
Done. Bringing it back to a little bit of, that's just a bit of fun.
Let's bring it back down.
Let's bring it back. We don't hate GG.
They're two different sentences. We need to clarify which one's correct.
You know what? It's two truths and a lie. Figure it out.
And the funny thing is, as I'm sitting back watching this game, I was getting ready to commend them so much. You're down 6-1, 1-0 in the series. That is a mentally difficult spot to be in as players.
Would agree.
And to bring that back to overtime, and coupled with the Wettables clutch as well, I'm sitting here thinking, if they go to Skyscraper, they're going to win this.
Yep.
And they just couldn't get there.
No.
And I still think, even after Ludavica ended up winning the map, I still actually feel like GG would have won that third map.
Sure.
And they'll probably think that as well.
Yeah.
So they'll be keeping themselves up at night. Tremendous job. I thought Creeds was really good on the entries in that second half to get things back underway.
Yep.
Croxon obviously did his thing. With I've basically labelled him the Spanish jigsaw, and he didn't let me down in this game. But unfortunately, when you kind of run a lot of the numbers over the course of the series, so Croxon went 25 and 18, 116 EPS. No one else on GG was above 100.
Yeah, that's scary.
Creeds was the next best, and even he was negative. So you've got like the 8 and 18. Leighton, Brendo had 14 and 19, but he was -4 on entry as well.
That's tough.
And Wertable's -7, and he didn't get a single entry kill, 0-2, but that's not his role anymore. So fundamentally, for Gaimin Gladiators, I look at a roster and I look at a team that I think has still a lot of potential, but clearly they need help from outside the server. And this is where I'm going to go off script and think, ever since we've had Titan come into this region, it's been quite intriguing. But so far, they haven't won anything. Now, I would think about, do you find a way in getting new leadership for a new roster if you're serious about this core 5?
Yep.
Or do you just stick with it? Because clearly it's not working.
Yes. No. Track record says it's not working.
The amount of investment you're getting out of the Gaimin Gladiators as an organization, and they're a big organization, and ever since they've come into Oceania, they haven't won anything.
Yep.
Now you're finishing third, Vinny. Like, you're going backwards.
It's getting worse.
Do you know who's finishing second? Nah, not really. They could finish first. It's Milo. Unbelievable job, mate. I mean,
Milo.
I don't think we can commend the effort of Ludavica. You were absolutely phenomenal. Again, just like thinking back to you 2 years ago, taking a nice long break, and now where you are, it's admirable, and it's something that I think we should all be commending you for. However, last interview. Last week, we had a chat, and you said to me, you said to all of us, GG, they're not that much. They're not all the chops that we think they are. How did you know this was going to happen?
I mean, if you watch their games, I mean, like, look, I don't know. Look, I'm sure that they've got quite a lot of time now to work on things, but there's just not a lot of depth to them. As a team, there's not a lot of stuff makes any sense. EP dismantles them because EP's got great fundamentals. And we did our best today. We let them creep back in, but we knew going in that we were going to beat them. And we knew that our main kind of goal was EP, because I think they are, I respect them all as a team. I think they've got quite the talent. Fisher is, he's one of my oldest kind of team players. And I know the way that he operates, and I know that he runs a tight ship.
Yep.
So as teams go, like EP's the one to beat. GG was just our warm up, and again, like coming to EP, it's gonna be a whole different game plan, man. EP, GG don't play the same, so EP is just gonna be that tough match that we're really looking for.
Sure, Vinny.
Miloska, long time no speak, mate.
It's been a while, man.
It has. That last round.
It's been a long time.
That was prime Miloska.
Oh, really that's wild card. Wild card coming back in me, man. I don't have to come said, man, but I literally said, I was like, nah, like I said I'm winning. Like I literally said in that, so I'm gonna win every fight coming along there, and every single one peaked me and I won every one. So that was really, really good. It would have been silly otherwise, but
no, I just wanted to ask, obviously you took that large break. You've come back a little bit older, a little bit more mature. How important was that break in coming back? Obviously, you've got quite a young roster. You were usually the youngest player on the teams that you played with before.
Oh yeah, man.
So how important was that break?
It's the break was a big thing. I mean, obviously after wildcard and how that was a disaster. Won't get into details. I spent most of my time. I think I'm hearing myself now. What that's about?
The voices.
Oh, it's fixed. That's all good. So taking that break, I honestly never thought I'd come back. To be ultimately real, like my hands are all cut up. All I do is build and repair motorcycles now, and I wasn't expecting to come back. But going through adulthood, I guess, has played a part. I mean, you got players like Tim, Box, and Physics are quite young, and I'm a bit more of like the kind of the saint, the sage of the team. I kind of keep everyone in check and keep everyone, focus aligned and helping them out. I'm not too old yet, so I've still got some ability to kill. But it just allows players like Box, and as I said before, Box, Physics, and Tim are very, very great players. But giving them proper guidance, I think, is what this region has needed for a long time. For the players that have come through and have the old ones from the previous teams, they've all kind of left. It's kind of why Bliss, which became Chiefs, became a massive kind of powerhouse, was because everyone left and there wasn't much left to beat. And now we're seeing teams now coming in there. Wakari's now moving to a new roster. Fisher left, and they're building up these other teams now that are actually becoming really, really, really competitive. And that's really good for OCE in general, to be honest. Yeah. So that's kind of how the region's really moving.
Just a little two-party here, Milo. So carrying on to the conversation regarding Box, and obviously I've been one of his biggest fans, especially throughout the group stage.
Yeah, you have been.
So I'm actually going to flip it a little bit, where I'm going to be somewhat realistic. He hasn't quite performed as much in the playoffs. Maybe that's a best-of-3 thing. He's still very young. But we know how good he can be. Obviously, you know that more than anyone. Do you say anything to him going into the grand final in terms of guidance? Because clearly he's not at that superstar level that he has been able to show so far this stage over the last, say, 2 weeks or so.
That's a really good question. Last night we had a bit of a chat afterwards, and I pulled everyone aside, and I said, look, realistically, like, no, not many teams actually get this far in 4 months. To kind of, they kind of tackle the top 3 teams and to beat the top 3 teams and moving on to the first. That's not really something that happens. And I said to everyone, I said, coming in tomorrow, it's not about coming in to win. It's about coming in to bring your best. That's all we ask. And Box, whether he's performing a little bit worse than normal or not, our training is set in a way that even if you're having a bad day, people will pick up the pieces. And that's why you ever look at our stats, everything's just consistent. Like, we're just like a flat line. Everyone's working together. If someone's playing bad, someone's pulling another one up, and we're always covering each other's backs coming into every single game. So regardless whether he, knocks off 300 kills or not, someone else will pick up the pieces. And you'd see in those games, it was Tim and Cairo. Cairo was on fire last 2 games. And that's the kind of the important part of our team, is that we do support ourselves in and out of the game. That was our foundation as a team.
No, really good answer to, I guess, a really good question. I'm just joking. Very quickly, because obviously you got to have a little bit of a break. You guys did obviously play Enterprise not that long ago, and Bank was ultra competitive, but Chalet was a mess. Have you learned a lot from, especially that Chalet loss now going into the grand final against Enterprise?
Yeah, they played Chalet very well. And it's not. I don't really want to treat it as an excuse. We did shut down after the first match. We crashed as a team. Our energy levels were dead. I feel like this was our first time really doing a series at this length, and it kind of hit us hard. So we brought in the prep. I've got my M&Ms, my peanut ones. I've got my Snickers bars. I've got my blue flavored Maximus for some reason. Blue. We're ready for the game coming through. So we will have a much better showing than last time. I'd expect.
I think all of us are going to expect that after the performance we just saw. I believe production actually have your clip from earlier that you were talking about. If production would pull that up very quickly.
Give it, Milo, give it.
No, I'm fighting, bro.
I'm smoking
winning.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Great.
That's the kind of confidence that we want to see. Milo, in and out of the server, you've been fantastic for the broadcast. I'll say that much, mate. You've absolutely
Thanks, man. It's good to be back.
Now, obviously, we don't know whether we're going to talk to you afterwards. I'm actually having a feeling like this series is absolutely going the distance. There's no question about it. But just in case you don't come back, is there anything you'd like to say before we let you go?
As I said, man, tremendous effort from the team in and out of the game. Twent, President, they've been doing amazing prep work with these teams coming through, and it's shown quite a lot. The effort that they put in, Kara's and putting hours upon hours of odd watching and strat making, and players like Tim and Physics have shown up on game day. So we put a lot of effort coming through, and we're really looking for support as a team to represent something. We're really looking forward to it, so we don't have to work so hard outside of the game as well. Like, I have to have a full-time job and others as well, just to keep the bills getting paid. And it's something that would really help us kind of reach new heights, I think, as a team. So
GG might be looking for a new roster and team sometime soon. Milo, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Unbelievable effort. Best of luck in the grand final in the coming minutes.
It's been a pleasure. Catch you guys later.